Good day, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. It is the Soul Leader. My name is Soul Leader. How are you? Today's video is about survival of the fittest. Now, I'm not going to go off top. I wrote many things down, so I'll be just doing some reading. So if I'm looking down and not looking at the camera, please don't be mind. Don't pay that any mind. Just listen to the message. I pray that you do get this message. I pray that this message moves somebody. Everything that I say, if you are new to this channel, is only from experience. I'm only sharing testimonies of my life. I'm only sharing Bible verses that I have read and how it coincides with my life and how I can use my experience to share a story with you to help uplift you and get you on the right path to going where you're supposed to go. So with that being said, let me begin reading. Once a person believes you cannot survive without them, that's the moment the games begin. They will play on your insecurities and keep you stuck if you let them. Be sure within yourself first. Can't nobody play on your mental. This is not the Hunger Games. People are out here playing about life as if this is The Sims. When I was in a box that I allowed myself to be in, I was a part of that simulation. And I played The Sims. I controlled my people, how they look, what they do, who they date, who they built with. I controlled their money, their homes, where they go, and who they talk to. People are out here having control as if they are the programmer, trying to copy codes and cheat. God didn't make you no puppet, so stop letting people pull the strings in your life. You are not a puppet. You're not in nobody's simulation, which is their fantasy world. You're not in nobody else's world. This is God's world. This is God's world. God pulls the string. God controls your outcome. God puts you with people and places and things for the purpose, for His glory. When you want to make a move, take it to God, not your mom, not your homegirl, not your dad, not your man. Because if you give them that power to dictate your actions, baby, they will make you their puppet. You don't know who secretly hates you. You don't know who is really false, especially if your discernment is off. You may be up here telling your mom a dream and she goes and tell you some bull based off of tell you some bull that had you questioning yourself if you should do whatever it is. Pay attention to people and their character. Are you getting advice from somebody bitter, sorrowful, and scorned? Are you asking somebody who sabotaged everything they touch, who didn't follow their dreams, who lived through you? Are you insane? Because that's basically what that is. That is really insipid to be taking advice from people who can't even do exactly what they try and tell you to do. We have peace robbers. People who are here to kill, steal, and destroy your life because there is none in them. And they come in the form of someone you love and hold near and dear. It's not what they say, but what they do. See, speaking freely over your life scares those who have no life, no joy or no peace. So they get mad that you lived in your power and know how to use it. So they set you up in a sly way like a fox, pretending and masking who they are, which are your friends, lovers, and family members, but come with an intent to destroy, not an intent to speak out of their mouths. Broken promises, gaslighting, always in need, always taking, never giving. My suffering is worth this message. Trust me. The suffering I endured, that's worth me being able to tell you this message. Because I lived through it. And I'm here to tell you to pay attention to their intent too. Pay attention to that person's intent too. Not with your eyes, not with just your eyes, but with your ears. Look at what they say and do. You will know. And I've learned the hard way. And I looked at it as bad, but it's good because I can show you my intent to save you from you. Pay attention. Pay attention to their intent too. God made all things. God speaks through all things. Pay attention. The Lord is unbounded. He speaks through people, places, things, nature. God is everywhere because he created all things. He knows how to get your attention. He knows what you pay attention to. Get to know God. I assure you to get to know God because God is good. I'm not perfect. I'm no longer desire to be perfect because in his image, I am perfect with my imperfections. My hard head made a soft, you know what, a soft behind. It sure did. But it softened me up so that my eyes can see that God is infinite inside of me. And God made all things. I reiterate, God made all things. He made me. He made you. So if you feel like you are not perfect, you are not of God. You were made in his image. All of us are made in his image, whether they are good or bad people. People choose to be bad. You're not born that way. You choose it. Allow his image to bestow in your life. I found God when I was lost. I met God when I was put in the right place at the right time. The Lord shows me clip by clip of my life to share with you to explain how he too can make you over if you choose him. I find refuge in God, and so should you. I share this with you, and I wrote all of that because I was having a really major revelation in that moment, and my pen was just flowing. And I did not expect myself to say those things when I wrote it. So that's why I wrote it down so I could read it to you, because I didn't want to forget what was happening. And I wanted to make a video in that moment, but sometimes I can't make videos because my children either making too much noise or there's too much going on. So even in that moment, while they may be making noise or whatever the task may be at the time, I will still do some writing so I can go back later and make the video. And I couldn't let that message go. Everything in my heart told me that somebody needed that. Somebody needed to know that God is everywhere. God is not just in no sky like how people make him to be. God is everywhere. You have to feel his presence. All you have to do is pay attention to the little things in your life. God is everywhere. I'm talking about he's right here in this moment as I speak. Like my ear wasn't ringing for nothing when I read that. Like, I'm telling you, people out here saying things are evil that are not evil. People don't really have an understanding of who God is and how God really works. You know, like we all get messages. It's not always, it's the same message, but in a different way, interpreted in a different way, right? And at first I was questioning the messages I was getting, forgetting that the Lord is delivering it to me in a way that I will understand. So the way I understand it may be different from that person. That person may be further on their spiritual journey and discernment. So we cannot look at each other and feel like the Lord doesn't speak to you. He speaks to all of us. But some of us are not listening. You know, you got to clear your mind, learn how to be by yourself, learn how to be content within yourself, because this is the only way that you'll hear God. You'll hear God in the quietness. You don't hear God in the noise. It's too loud. The noise don't mean actual noise. Noise meaning by if you type person don't like to be alone with you, always got to hear somebody around you, then you are a person who can't hear God. Because you always got somebody around you, and 9 times out of 10, there's always somebody that don't even need to be around you. You know, people are afraid of being by themselves. Some people, that's why they don't stay in the house. They quick to always want to go outside, or quick to always want to call somebody. I used to be like that, always want to call somebody. And it wasn't that I was scared to be myself. I was okay with being by myself, because I go in between being an introvert and an extrovert. I'm in between. You know, I'm sharing all this with y'all because I love y'all, and I don't even know y'all. I don't even know you, and I love you. I care about you. I care about your soul. I care about you walking with Christ. I care about you freeing yourself and your mind. I care about people being able to heal themselves, coming to Christ to heal themselves. You know, it's not easy to just pick up a Bible and understand it. If you don't understand it, ask the Lord to help you understand the parables, because I once didn't understand myself. I only understood when I came to the God wholeheartedly. The moment I began to understand the parables was when I was in cosmetology school. And I was so focused because the Lord told me what was mine. He told me he had me. He still has me. And so every day I would read my word, even if it's for a few moments. Like my eyelids were forward. And He was speaking to me all the time, 24/7, you know. And, you know, like I said, I remember this girl asking me, how come I don't never get into it with nobody when I was in there? Because I told her I know what I came to do. I said I didn't come to make friends. And even if problem would arise, I wasn't going to pay it no mind, because I knew that the little things that the girls was doing in school, the bickering, fighting, and arguing, trying to be friends instead of coming to do their purpose, it was easy for me to not get into it with people, you know. And the Lord told me to always use that time in my life as an example to keep excelling in life. And it's not because just that I was just doing it. It's about my action in that moment, how I didn't even let what was around me affect what the purpose was. And so the Lord is encouraging me now to not let what has happened for me and what is going on around me to affect what I'm doing. Meaning, like when I was walking from the dollar store, I had diapers and tissue in my hand. And, you know, in my state, they had switched to paper bags. It had switched to paper bags, right? And my bag had busted and I had dropped my phone and it had cracked. And I was like, you know what? The devil is not about to stop what I'm doing, you know, because he knows I use my phone to make my recordings, because the camera is more clear than my tablets and then the camera that I had purchased. So, you know, with that being said, I encourage you, beautiful souls, to walk with the Lord. I encourage you, beautiful souls, to pay attention to people's intent too. Remember that the Lord is unbounded, meaning unlimited. God is infinite. He is everywhere. Do not let the fact that you may be an alcoholic or that you sleep, may be promiscuous, all these ungodly things that the world tell you is okay, stop you from being a survival of the fittest. You a survivor. And if you ever listen to Beyonce, I mean not Beyonce, but Destiny's Child, I'm a Survivor, go listen to that song, because that's what this video is all about. Have a beautiful and blessed day, beautiful souls. Until next time.